Greetings, it is Brother Man Trucking. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. I pulled some books off the bookshelf just to give you an idea of some of the stuff that I read, because a lot of times we get too, in the trucking industry, we get too wrapped up in, okay, you got the shippers fighting with the brokers fighting with the carriers fighting with the brokers, and and everybody else in your pocket, trying to get into your pocket and everything like that. And if you take a pause and step back and you see what's going on, and it's a bunch of chaos. So the powers that want to be, one of their slogans is order out of chaos. So they need to have this order in order to get quote unquote order under their terms. So, brother man, you slow down. I know. Just somebody needs to hear this. So I got some books. So first book we're going to start with is this book right here. This is a spiritual book that deals with spiritual warfare. Pigs in the Parlor, The Practical Guide to Deliverance by Frank and Ida Mae Hammond. If you claim the name of Jesus Christ and, you're not into spiritual warfare, you need to check this book out. There's other books like this. And I got other books like this, and, that's just an example. Next book is outside of trucking, Salad Bar Beef by Joel Salatin. There's the cows on there. What's salad bar beef? Grass-fed beef. I read this book, and there's another book by, his name is Gordon Hazard, and the title is Advice from an Old Cattleman. I believe that was the title. I checked the listing, or I checked went on Amazon to see how much the book costs. The book is $188 now. Why? They don't want you to know this information. It's a modern day book burning, because if the book gets into the hands of, I'm just using myself as an example, people that think like me, they can read the information, they can digest it, and they can start applying it in different areas where, it can be applied. So I read this book, read the other book, and I found a field that was overgrown. I knocked on the guy's door. He answered, and I said, "Hey, I'm interested in, if you're not doing anything with your field or, whatever, I'm interested in renting your field to raise some cattle." Previously it was a cattle farm, so the infrastructure was there. I talked about that in another video. The infrastructure was there. So we came to an agreement. Long story short, I bought, I think it was 3 calves at the time, 3 steers at the time. They were maybe 400 pounds. And, they grew up to, I think, maybe 800 pounds before they got unalived. But I'm just showing you as an example. I'm not bragging. I'm just showing you as an example how I sometimes process, not all the time, but how I process thought or things that I see. Is like, okay, how can this apply to me, right? So that's that one. Next one is, we'll go with this one. This book is called Barter Secrets: How to Survive Economic Hard Times by B.J. Fuller. This book right here is about trading. It's not necessarily using Federal Reserve notes, but it's to make it easy to understand. It's trading chickens for goats. So let's say I have a flock of, let's say, 10 chickens, right? And I need a goat. So, and the guy, that has a goat needs some chickens, because he doesn't want to deal with chickens or whatever, whatever have you. Well, I can trade with, this book tells you how to do that, but on a corporate level, that they don't want you to know. All these big companies out here, from Fortune 500 companies, Fortune 100, Fortune 50, and so on and so forth, they all do some trading. they don't want you to know about it. It's a hush-hush industry. But that's why this book is $1,500 on Amazon right now. You paid $1,500 for a book? No, I think I paid either $200 or $300 for that book. And that was maybe 10 years ago. Yeah, brother, man, I don't know what I'm going to do with you. Yeah. So that's that book. Next book is Fruit from a Poisonous Tree. What's the title? Secrets That Were Never to Be Revealed. American blacks were set free, as we know we don't use the term American blacks. We're American Indians, or indigenous to the land, using their terms. We're set free, but I digress. We're set free as slaves, but never as free men. All you own belongs to the Federal Reserve. You are made a slave by the way your name is spelled. The Patriot. You are made a slave by the way your name is spelled. All caps name. When you get your mail and stuff, you know, you get your name, or Brother Man Trucking, all caps. Brother Man Trucking. But that's not how we were taught to print our name. I don't like to use the word spell because that's a whole nother video. But we were taught, you know, when you put pen to paper and you put your name on the paper, you know, lowercase or capital letter, you know, lowercase, so on and so forth. But when your name comes in all caps, that's addressing a corporation. Oh, it's too much. Okay, but yeah, I read books like this and I apply the information. I have been applying the information. I still got a ways to go, but a lot of times I can't get to that until I do this little stuff, you know, this little menial stuff to, you know, to put myself in a position to do that, to make it more effective. So that's that book. Next book is, I only got a couple more here. One more. I got two more, but they're written by the same people. Next book is, this is very important, especially for you truck drivers that's making all that money that you claim to be making. Asset Protection Secrets. How to shelter your property from lawsuits, creditors, the IRS, foreclosure, divorce, bankruptcy, probate, nursing homes, or any other financial disaster that can wipe you out overnight. So there's the book. This is actually an old version. This version was recommended by, I was watching this financial planner. I guess he was a financial planner that, you know, deals with, you know, asset protection and trust and stuff like that. And she recommended this particular book. Even though there's newer ones, she recommended this one. So I started reading. So I actually applied some of the stuff that's in this book, not necessarily from reading this book, but from reading other information. And books like this, I have on my computer, like, or actually books like this I have on my computer that I do not have in print, like Cracking the Code. That's where you stop the video and then you type that into your search engine. And then I have another book called The Redemption Manual. After you look the other book up, that's when you type in The Redemption Manual, yeah, and books like that. And Black's Law Dictionary. Oh, they don't want you to know that because that deals with contract law. And what do we deal with in trucking? Contracts. And speaking about contracts, again, this is not legal advice. A lot of your contracts are invalid. Like when you sign a rate con or rate confirmation or rate agreement and there's only one signature on there. Well, to make the contract valid, in case you have to go to litigation or something like that, there has to be two signatures on it. Don't mess with me, man. So I told you you've been studying. And let me go back to the asset protection book. Let me show you who it's written by. Arnold S. The guy, you know, it's not important, but just look at the name. Arnold S Goldstein, or Goldstein, however you want to say it. He's a Jew, right? So the Jews write this, allegedly, I don't know, completely out of my mind. The Jews write books like this for their people. So they're not like us, just the, regular, people that are not Jewish. Um, they control the bank. They control the banks. They control the media. They always spin the narrative to make themselves look good. Brother, man, I'm just putting it out there. Somebody need to hear this. They play both sides. I shouldn't say about everything, but a lot of situations that arise, in the world, they're playing both sides and they always come out the winner. I wouldn't say always, but, they come out the winner. So when you look at, and check this out, they run the entertainment industry. When you look at the movies, start paying attention to this. Wait for the credits to come up. And under either producer or executive producer or somewhere up around the producer level, you will see a name similar to this. So those jacked up movies, that we watch where, it's, they're telling you they need your agreement to what's going on out here. And it's being produced by, these people that, I shouldn't say everybody in that field, but, a lot of these people are very wicked people. That's why you need this book to understand what's going on. I know I said a lot. Y'all just gotta, hopefully you comprehend what I'm saying. I see you.